Okay, Rebecca, again, as I'm apologizing because I'm a little slow with getting these together, um, but I wanted to get your read done tonight. I did Caroline's as well. Uh, the spread that I chose for you, because of your question, I almost wanted to do a Celtic cross just to look at it, just to get an overall picture of what's going on. But there's a spread called a dis-ease spread. Not a disease spread, a dis-ease spread. And it's basically an 8-card spread, and the first 2 cards that are drawn are concerning the nature of your disease and or why you're ill at ease, or why you're because the context of your question specifically, let me see if I can read it. It said what do I need to do to let go and accept the things that upset me most? So to do this is why I like this spread. It kind of gets to the nitty gritty of why you may be ill at ease, and the nature is that you've made a lot of accomplishments and you've taken your knocks for them. That's life. We all do that. That's just the way it works. But somehow it doesn't feel like you're moving forward the way that you should, or the way that you want. Uh, it's like you've come so far, and now maybe you're not sure that you have the control that you want. Well, the next 2 cards in this spread are about the cause of your, of why you're at ease, or you're not at ease. And I'll show these 2 cards. The King of Cups, which is represents an older male figure, one that you're probably very close to, or at least have some type of blood. You either have a blood relation, or or that you're close to in some way, or maybe a mentor, or just an older friend. And the Moon. These 2 cards coupled together in this position indicate to me that there may have been some lack of honesty somewhere concerning you and somebody who's older, an older male. I keep wanting to go back to the fact that this might be a partner, but I don't. It doesn't feel like that. It really feels more like an uncle or father or a grandfather, or somebody who's been in that kind of position. And they may not even necessarily be a relative. It just could be, I don't know, an older friend, maybe someone you worked with, someone who's trained you. But it's definitely that someone that you have a strong relationship with, or at least there are strong feelings one way or the other, who you think has not been honest, and they may indeed not have been honest. And I'm wondering, if there's something going on in your life right now that reflects that. And once again, these cards sometimes they may be dead on, or it just may be sort of a symbol. Sometimes I'm wrong. I'll be the first to admit that. But that's clearly what the cards are saying. And when I look at it with my intuition, I feel, like I say, it's not a. It doesn't feel like a partner, but it does feel like somebody that who's older, that you look up to. The next part is, what do you need to get past this, which is basically the nature of your question more than anything else. This other stuff you didn't specifically ask for, but I thought this read would have been excellent for it. The 2 cards that came up there were the 7 of Swords reversed and the Hanged Man. So in the position of what you need to do, what this is saying is you're not going to accomplish anything by being sneaky or manipulative, or not that you would, but this is what the card says. The card is pretty much, when it's reverse position, as I'm reading it in this spread, it's saying don't try and be clever. A lot of times, that kind of, we kind of fall into that trap. Let me kind of strategically think my way out of this frustration. and a lot of times it's kind of like a house of cards that fall, and you don't really find the solution, or it's a temporary solution. You got to get at the root cause of this frustration, and that's where the other card comes in, the Hanged Man, which is about sacrifice. So to answer your question, what do you need to do? You need to learn to have a better relationship with what sacrifice is, what it means, and listen. I feel like a total hypocrite because I've really been engaging in personal anger lately because of various things going on in my life. But as I'm reading what the cards are telling me, the lesson in it for you is to accept that sometimes you have to grit your teeth and bear it, be the bigger person, and whatever the other person's done, just kind of get over it. And it's hard to get over that frustration, but if you see it as an act of sacrifice, then you come to peace with that, then the frustration magically disappears. I know it doesn't sound logically sound. It doesn't sound as if it would work. It sounds almost contradictory. But accept that the frustration is your sacrifice in this situation, and then the frustration will go away. The other thing about the Hanged Man too is it's not merely about sacrifice, and you can't see it on here very well. But there's almost, there's like a little halo around his head. You might be able to see that. And he has a very gentle and calm look on his face. So it's also about contemplation. So the idea is if you have a more complimentary attitude about sacrifice, this should come together for you. It's not about action as much. It's not about anything else. It's just understanding that element of sacrifice. Last two cards are the outcome, and again we get another King of Wands, reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And what this is telling me, as I'm putting the story together, is once you get this what you need to do down, it's not going to change a lot initially, but there will be change. There's been the change has been slow to come, and that kind of goes back to your earlier cards, but it will start to happen. And I think the change has more to do with your change in attitude, and when that happens, it's possible that this other person will change, but it looks more like it'll have more to do with an understanding in the relationship, or as I focus on it a little more now, what I'm seeing is that the change in attitude allows you to move forward, even if this other person doesn't. That's kind of how the cards are putting it together. So hopefully this has helped you out. Let me know if I'm on about anything, or if I'm just dead wrong. I'm not one of these readers who insist that I'm always right. As a matter of fact, more often than not, people are insisting I'm right when I'm not sure that I am. But let me know how this works out, if I've hit on anything, and good luck to you. It really looks like the solution cards for you really spoke to the question, because like I say, you did ask a question that I thought that had a lot of spiritual undertones to it, and when you ask that kind of question, and in an important part, you get the Hanged Man. That's always a good sign. Okay. So good luck to you. They say this is going to be on tape. You can watch it again. So I like to recap for my own benefit, but I think we pretty much covered all the points very well. So good luck to you. Let me know how it works out.